Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. On the last Let's Play, we did the supplemental fragments where... I can't actually remember them. It was like Klace's stream with Taylor, and... oh yeah, Klace ate a bunch of gummies, and... talking about revels and rivals and and then yeah, we're gonna go on to the next thing, but let's reset my face because moving around
Experience
a lot
culmination
makes the camera get a little wonky. Should probably do that all the time. Thank you for choosing Argus, our future your way. Wasn't that the one that was on the previous one? Ooh, new place. As soon as we enter the Wayfayer, we rather show our ID. Also, here's the thing that I kind of find weird about the previous game and this one. In the previous game, they had like a whole bunch of drawn characters with different voice actors. In this one, it seems to be a bit less. I wonder if Klace de-expanded it, because it probably was quite a bit of both time, money, and just extra stuff to have a character you might see for just a hot minute, like the guard at Valinor or the guard at Maseo. Of course, we all oblige, except for Isaac and Chiron. I can see that their infiltration was already successful. Sir Gerdigard gives us a nod as we each scan our phones. A picture of our face and name pops up, which he compares to us in person. Obviously pass. A few moments later, we're officially in. I was gonna say, why is there a guard here? But I guess it could be like, preventing minors from coming in. It's an interesting sight, seeing Isaac and Chiron sitting at a table. A zero, breaking bread with the city folk. This is how things were before... wait, is this how things were before Komorebi? There weren't zeros before Komorebi, you know? Back then, before the system, everybody could have existed in unity. Of course, that was just wishful thinking. I know the truth. The road was on the brink of all-out war before the visions came. Oh, I forgot about that. I guess there will always be conflict and social divides, no matter what. It's almost like we're fixated on our need to be different or superior. At least, that's the way Argus thinks, making the zeros grovel in the streets. I would never look down on Chiron, and even public opinion supports the zeros. Perhaps we're approaching unity for the first time in history. The sight before me only enforces that this peace is attainable.
Took your sweet time, I see. We're not living in the fast lane like you. Huh, should I slow down? Nah, wouldn't be nearly as fun.
We all pull out a chair and sit down at the table.
So, you all want a round? I'm down.
What do you recommend?
Vodka. No, wait, don't leave.
A screwdriver would be nice.
I don't know this drink.
It's like orange juice and vodka.
What's vodka?
Yeah, I was just thinking. He doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't know what alcohol is, because he's like, what the heck is this stuff, when he tastes the booze off the floor?
It's like orange juice and happiness.
Sure, I'll take it.
Round of screwdrivers then?
We all nod, implying that it's time for Chiron to go. Oh, to get the booze? If he ordered and got ID'd successfully, then we'd be in the clear. Okay, so how do they prevent people from sneaking in to get booze? It feels like such a risky play, but Isaac's confidence is contagious.
This better be a real drink. If you're pranking me, I'm gonna get you back.
Cross my heart.
Hope to die?
I wouldn't go that far.
We'll see.
He leaves the table and starts walking towards the bar.
He sure likes a joke about Argus killing us, huh?
Joking about serious stuff is a valid way to cope.
There's gotta be a better way.
There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, I said valid, not the best.
Speak for yourself, guys. I don't mind my life being used as a punchline.
That is the most Isaac thing you've ever said.
Speaking of Argus, I have a question.
What's up?
Klace is looking down at his diary, but keeping it turned away from us. Here's the thing, I think it might be halfway through because it says there's 4 fragments. It's kind of weird that we haven't even gone to the part where, like, things hit the fan yet. At least for the first time. I can see his eyes scan the pages, like he's catching up on notes.
Remember that incident report you mentioned? Are you sure you didn't notice anything weird about it?
Almost certainly.
Alright. Did you check out my profile?
No? I'd never snoop.
Yeah, snooping is bad. Wouldn't want you seeing all the mischief I get up to.
Public sex
You?
and decency.
Mischief?
It's quickly becoming my middle name.
We all look at each other for a moment, thinking the exact same thing.
Wait, what is your name? I know it's definitely not Klace.
Oh, huh. Really?
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Heck.
What is it then?
Well, we are furries. Usually the first thing you learn about somebody is their kinks and fetishes, then their hobbies and what you do for a living, and if you have bonded with them on a very intimate level, they'll finally tell you their name.
Hey, don't pry like that, Dante. Unless you want to tell us your real name too.
Does anybody use real names in this universe?
Hitting the brakes.
Thought so.
So that's his book name? I guess Dante isn't his real name either. Oh well, I'll still call him by his chosen name. They offered the same courtesy by calling me Delta, after all.
I guess I was just curious what you saw. Did it flag me as my real account or my burner account?
Burner, for sure.
Good to know.
He scribbles down some notes in his diary. It's so interesting how lost he seems to be in that thing. If I didn't know any better, I'd actually find it a little suspicious. A small silence ensues. I decide to ask him about it.
Oh, this? It's just for memories. You know, so I can look back one day.
Maybe we could take some pictures or videos?
Well, those can be spread all over the place. This is strictly private. For my eyes only.
Not like somebody can take your notebook or anything.
That's fair.
He's probably writing about how annoying we are.
That's why when I write stuff in my journal, that being my work journal, I don't, say places or anything like that.
Maybe how annoying you are.
At least trying not to.
You know, I wouldn't even complain.
Before the conversation continues, Chiron returns with a tray. As he places it down on the table, I get my first look at the screwdrivers. They are barely even orange. It's like a glass of vodka with a splash of juice.
I told you they don't mind pouring extra.
Yeah, guess I'm off the deep end here.
He grabs his glass and holds it up with a smile.
Ready to get this started?
So he's probably never drinking before, so you might want to watch out. I wonder how it'd go shot for shot with my friends, because when second time I met them, I got smashed. But, new music? But, that was because while they were doing a bit of drinks, I was doing my drink, but then also doing board drinks. The screwdrivers are half empty by now, and I can feel it in my head. I definitely didn't think to be drinking as much as I thought as did at the nightclub. Yeah, I'll look at that later. Don't think I'd be drinking as much as the nightclub. Glances are exchanged as stories of good old days are told.
Didn't know you were that into cosplay, Dante.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's actually how I ended up meeting Isaac. He had a bit of a fanboy moment when he saw me.
Wait, what's cosplay?
Costume play. Like dressing up as others.
I never knew that.
Interesting.
Well, I knew what cosplay was, but I didn't know it was short for costume playing. He strikes a pose, like he's thinking.
So if we traded clothes, we'd be cosplaying each other?
Well, not really. We're not fictional characters.
No comment.
You know, sometimes it feels like I am.
Huh?
You know, putting on an act while I perform and keeping that persona going during interviews.
Oh, makes sense to me.
So
Right.
I could cosplay as Klace?
There's no way you could pull his stage outfit off.
I reckon I could pull it off in a couple different ways, actually.
Wow, you're all so smooth. I'm flattered. But we were talking about Isaac's fanboying.
No, we definitely weren't. That phase of my life is so over.
I can attest to that one. He was pretty timid by the time he met me.
I never actually heard the story of how you two met, though I imagine it's a low point in the saga of our universe.
It was their version of Grinder.
Probably the lowest, yeah. I was working and he basically broke in the front door. All he said was, "Help me!" But that's all I needed to hear.
You do seem to have a penchant for helping people in need.
Penchant?
Makes it easier to fall asleep at night. But yeah, a bunch of fans were chasing him down. So I let him hide in the back of my store and I drove him home.
How did you know he wasn't just some creep?
Well, he is.
Fair.
But I knew his intentions were pure. And even if they weren't, I've got a bat in my trunk.
Like you could take me in a fight.
Could take him in the bed.
I couldn't. Hence the bat. Actually, it's still in my trunk, even today. So, make sure to remember that next time you cross me.
Sheesh.
Do you always talk like this? I mean, it kind of seems like y'all hate each other.
Actually, hate is now a valid form of love.
Well, then I'm head over heels.
Don't worry, I hate you too.
Taylor blushes, and the subject is abruptly changed.
How'd you meet Delta then?
Oh, we've been friends online for a long time. We were chatting on and off throughout all these stories. Soon as they mentioned they wanted to move, I invited them over.
One big happy family, huh?
I'd say so.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
He tilts his head towards Klace in an inconspicuous fashion.
Right. I actually met Klace through Taylor's stream. Figured I'd offer to house him while he took a break from work.
And then there's me.
I keep saying you will bring a lot of stories to the table.
Trust me, you already have. We talk about you quite a bit in the group chat.
Are we talking about me? Did I read that wrong? Is it me bringing stories or that he brings stories?
Good things, I hope.
Okay, his stories.
Sure, let's go with that.
Am I allowed to join it, by the way? You've piqued my interest now.
That's a hard maybe. Let me think about it a little more.
All right, then think away.
He grabs his cup and chugs the rest of his drink.
Are y'all down for a game?
What'd you have in mind?
Well, there's something we used to play back on the colony. It'd help us to get to know each other better.
Really? We played a game like that at the nightclub last week. I'm down for more, though. It's fun to learn all about you.
He grips the pen in his hand as he speaks, like he's ready to write more.
I'm game.
I am so down.
Sounds good to me.
What are the rules?
It's pretty simple, but we can make it more interesting. How about I grab another round, yeah? You know, for punishments.
Let me guess. We have to reveal private information about ourselves. And if we don't want to, then we risk getting blackout drunk.
Hey, you'll be spilling your guts either way.
Gross.
With a smirk, Kyron goes off to order another round. I assume Isaac loaded his account with some money to spend. Maybe I'll get the next round. I wouldn't want him to go broke so fast. It's actually pretty cool how I'm learning about life on a colony. They even have games to learn about your friends, just like we do. In fact, I'm willing to bet that the game Kyron wants to play is pretty similar. I finish the rest of my screwdriver and wait for his return. Every minute that passes, I'm more confident that we're in the right. All the zeros should be able to experience we've given Chiron. Whether by Cypher or Argus' hands, it needs to happen. Need it. He seems to be able to handle his liquor. I mean, one screwdriver might not knock someone out, but he seems to like know about drinking games. Second screwdriver sits in front of me as Chiron looks at us with a smirk. It seems like we'd be playing a questions game again, but with some colony flair. Makes perfect sense, of course. Taking Inner Zero meant learning about their culture. But it seems like, technology aside, the culture wasn't different from our own, too different. So, no matter what was about to come my way, I think I'd be prepared.
All right. Okay, this one's called Raise Your Hand. I'll explain the rules and take the first turn.
We all nod.
When it's your turn, you make a statement. Raise your hand if, and then finish the sentence. If the statement applies to you, you raise your hand.
Seems simple enough.
It's kinda like Never Have I Ever.
I was about to say that.
Hey, there's a bit more to it than that, though. You get to ask a follow-up question afterward, like why someone raised their hand, or even why they didn't.
Great. Can't wait to be put on the spot again.
This could actually be a bit more entertaining. No cards to play by, so we can go for the throat by default.
Please don't.
Well,
But I love
think
doing that.
Chiron's stepping up to bat. How about we let him set the tone for all this?
I'm planning to keep it pretty simple, actually, at least at first, so I know you're telling the truth.
All right, but when do we drink?
I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought it'd make things more fun.
How about if we're caught lying? Or if we refuse to answer the follow-up question?
I'm down for that. I'll just be sipping, though. Gotta take it easy after the nightclub last week.
Wish I'd, practice moderation more often.
And to prepare for the quantum leap. New Year's Eve is always a big day for booze.
Good thing I helped you carry all those bottles home, huh?
Couldn't have done it without you, man.
He opens his glass up before taking a sip, like he's saying cheers. I'll do the same, and look over at Chiron. It was time for the game to begin.
Raise your hand if you think your visions are set in stone, like literally fate, impossible to change.
This one's pretty easy for me, since I've never had a vision. But almost everything I know tells me that they aren't set in stone. This is mirrored by the fact nobody raised their hand. I guess he wasn't lying when he said you start with a simple one. But even lie detector tests start with some easy questions to ground you. I think it was for peace of mind, so he knows we're taking things seriously. He smirks, like the test was effective.
Kind of figured as much. I can tell you don't like being told what to do, whether it's Argus or even your own future.
Yep. We even made a pact to defy our visions. Didn't like the fact that we weren't a part of each other's.
A pact? Really?
Yep. Well, except for Delta, of course.
Karen looks at me, a little confused. This is when I tell him I haven't had a vision.
Oh, really?
It's because my will is too strong. Anyways, he laughs nervously and rubs the back of his head, or it could be because I'm a robot.
But I'm not sure how to take that, so either my condolences or congratulations.
I shrug. It doesn't really bother me, being the odd one out. But it makes me feel very left out when topics like this come up.
I think I'm gonna choose Klace for my follow-up.
Me? Really?
Oh, so you only get one follow-up?
Yeah. Why don't you think our visions are real? Surely you're still a pop star in your own.
I guess.
But...
Well, it was still my choice to pursue this life. It's not like anyone held a gun to my head and told me to sing.
then why did you?
The comfort and security, I guess? It seemed a lot less risky than my other options. But at the end of the day, I still had those other options.
He was a poor orphan as well.
So it was more like a blueprint that I chose to follow. Or maybe it was like following in someone else's footprints. I still have the power to turn around and forge my own path.
Do you really, though?
I think I've already said enough. Remember, it was one follow-up question?
That's fair, and they all agree with a single nod.
Well then, who will go next?
I have a pretty good one, actually.
Go for it.
A smirk appears on Dante's face that I can only describe as evil.
Raise your hand if you've slept with somebody at this table.
I raise my hand. Oh. Oh my. Obviously, I don't raise my hand. But to my surprise, Isaac, Taylor, and Klace all raise theirs. I mean, Isaac and Taylor, it kind of seems like something was going on, but Klace? All eyes are on Klace, despite the fact that multiple hands are raised.
Hey, Isaac and Taylor raised their hand too.
They live here. You've been here for like a week.
I hate this game.
Oh. He takes a big sip of his drink, and an advanced refusal to answer any follow-ups. The entire table bursts into laughter, obviously, except for Klace. I feel bad for him. All he did was be honest with the group.
Hey, I got a good one. Less embarrassing, at least.
So Klace is a hoe. I know that Taylor was a... Taylor was a hoe, but Klace? I guess those videos were of something that I was thinking it could be.
Yes, please.
Isaac smiles and preemptively raises his hand.
Raise your hand if you think we're doing the right thing.
Oh, couldn't somebody ask a follow-up question of one of the other two? He tilts his head towards Chiron. Give me a sec. Heck, I forgot to undo my mic. Sorry, parent wanted to give me back my headsets because they need to borrow one. That's the problem with living with a family sometimes, because they'll not interrupt you in the middle of things. What was this most recent one? I went to also help him with a mattress. Also, now that I think about it, Klace might not be as much as a hoe as I thought he was. Even though it was a week, because I did ask somebody out that I'd never like officially met before, but somebody at a Starbucks, and they were like, I don't want to date, but I'll suck your... And I was like, okay, sure, let's do that. Good friends still. Kinda wish we dated. Like, dated, not just, you know, have fun. I mean, those are good. Anyways, let's continue. What was the question?
Unanimous, huh? Well, I'm kind of flattered.
Oh, that we helped you, did the right thing.
Can't be surprised, though, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all in this together.
Whether we like it or not, I might add.
Yeah, but we're doing the right thing for sure. This time, the right thing just happens to go against Argus.
Right. Well, I guess it's time for my follow-up.
He looks directly at me and points his finger in dramatic fashion.
Why do you think we're doing the right thing, Delta? It was a tie between you and Chiron, but he's kind of biased.
Okay, society has to move forward, even if it goes against the status quo. Okay, unity is important. We should celebrate our differences, not punish them. Argus is too old-fashioned. If they don't adapt, they will just become obsolete. I think everyone deserves a chance at a fresh start, just like me. It just feels right. Like this is what we're supposed to be doing. I know this is kind of me feeling like there's some kind of deeper thing, which I'm not sure of because I don't know the game's mechanics. It's just... like, in Winds of Change, there was this corruption and purity system, which was complete bollocks. It didn't really mean jack, as far as I know. That one just kind of is interesting. It feels right, like we're supposed to be doing it. I feel the first one's good. Everyone nods and smiles at my answer.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I actually dig this game, Chiron. Good idea.
I have to ask my friend if this is the one they are planning for when we next meet up. Because They said they were thought of a new drinking game, and they hadn't played this game, but I'm not sure if they played this game before that, but you know.
Don't mention it. Gotta repay you somehow, after all.
A moment later, Klace slapped his hands down on the table.
Oh, I got one. Raise your hand if you think I should sing karaoke.
Uh-oh. A curious question, and nobody raises their hand. He's probably checking if any of us are under suspicion. What a clever way of checking in while with the group, or remaining under the radar.
Well, then I have a follow-up for Chiron. How'd it go when you ordered the screwdrivers?
Okay, we were talking about his life on the colony. You kind of have to be a bit secret about, karaoke.
Just as expected, actually. Scanned my phone, heard a beep, and I was good to go. Could have used a hand with the tray, but I understand.
Oh, gotta love the validation. Everyone here kept doubting me.
I was a little scared, to be honest, but you definitely know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of a prodigy.
Yeah, slow down, Isaac. Anyway, who's next?
I wouldn't mind taking a turn.
Oh, on Klace, or...
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't know him that well, and even I agree.
Hey, I promise to play gentle. I have a good question, I promise.
Silence ensues, as if the challenge for him was to prove his words.
Raise your hand if you're jealous of somebody at this table.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. In unison, everyone raised their hand.
Kind of figured as much. We're built to want the stuff that other people have. But now, I gotta figure out who to put on the spot.
Heck, probably gonna be me. We all seem fine with answering, so there's no easy target.
Let's go with Klace.
Interesting.
My curiosity is getting the better of me.
Again? Really?
To be fair, you didn't answer last time, so I think this is better. Less embarrassing, too.
Which one of you were to top?
That's fair. But honestly, my answer is all of you. I'm jealous of everybody at this table.
Even me?
Especially you. This whole idol thing can really take its toll. It's like living for somebody else instead of yourself. When my hiatus is over, I have to get back to work. But all of you get to keep on living this awesome life. They'd never let me walk the streets or go to a tavern.
Fair.
Looks like we have more in common than I thought.
I
mean, neither of us are fully in control of our lives. We're governed by circumstances outside of our control. With me, it's the system, and with you, it's the industry.
I'm honestly surprised they let him take a break. Time is money, and now they're losing plenty.
I'm sure they'll recover. Got a lot of song ideas floating around in my head, too. If anything, this hiatus is just a big rush of inspiration.
You.
I could go for one of those.
Is the writing getting hard?
Always is.
Cheers to that one, man.
They hit their cups together, and a small ring echoes.
I guess it's Delta's turn now?
That's true, everyone has already gone. But I'm not sure what my prompt should be.
I'll call a stalling rule if I have to.
Different game, genius.
Yeah, I'd hate that, because it's like, hey, a bitch needs to think sometimes. Unless you make these questions well ahead of time.
Yeah, take your time, Delta.
Raise your hand if you think I've been a positive addition to the group. People would just raise their hands. It would be interesting if they didn't. Raise your hand if you got on a date with me. Raise your hand if you're keeping a secret from the group. Raise your hand if you think Cypher will defeat Argus. I mean, most people would say yes to that, wouldn't they? That one seems darkly juicy, but also dark. Somebody messaging me on my phone? Yeah. Is that one, I don't know, seems interesting. This one, everybody's gonna raise their hand, probably, unless they don't. Oh, I can save, can't I? Let's put it at 1, that would be my safety save. Yeah. Almost instantly, everyone raises their hand. even Chiron. I don't know why, but that kind of surprised me. A few blushes are worn, including on my own face.
I'm only raising my hand because we are dating. Not sure if everyone else knew, but yeah.
I just think you're really cool. Wouldn't complain if we got to know each other better. In fact, it might even put me on the same page as everyone else.
I wouldn't say we're dating, but yeah. We definitely agreed on an arrangement.
Really? That's pretty cool. Not surprised in the least, though.
I actually asked Delta to be my date for the Quantum Leap. Well, at least one of the midnights since we have 4.
What a tangled web you all weave.
Like you wouldn't want in.
I'm not gonna sit here and deny it.
Smiling. It hurts to smile. I mean, truth be told, it kind of does sometimes. Like, if something is making me actually joyful or I find it funny, all of a sudden I go like, why does my face hurt? It's like, it's doing this thing that it doesn't usually do. Exercising muscles that it rarely does. Wow, didn't expect everybody to follow up on their own. But I guess I'm flattered, and at least everything is out in the open. It might actually be a good idea to bond with Chiron when I get the chance.
Anyway, what happens next? If I'm not mistaken, that's a full round.
How about we finish our drinks and take a break, Wouldn't mind stretching my legs and checking out the tavern.
Sounds good to me.
Regroup in 10.
I might go touch up my eyeliner. How about we just regroup when we're ready?
I would love to at some point try makeup.
Fine by me.
Y'all stand up and go our separate ways. I look over at Chiron, and he's drawn to the dartboard. Did they have that stuff in the colony? I wonder.
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Chiron 1.
Chiron 1. Okay, I just want to check out the other choice before we call it, because we're calling it. What's up there now? Let's just see what the other ones are.
Well, you've definitely made things more interesting. Living alone with Isaac was starting to get a little stale. No offense, of course, it's just good to switch things up.
Yeah, okay. What? Interesting. Keeping a secret? Everyone immediately raised their hands, except me. Huh.
Really, Delta? Nothing?
Too bad we can't make them elaborate on their own question.
Everyone has a secret, Delta.
Even you?
Especially me. It's only natural to have them. We can't share everything about ourselves.
Huh.
True. I guess a secret isn't malicious by default. Anyway, raise it up, Delta. We know you're lying.
Lies! So I had to direct my own follow-up question towards Isaac. Seems to open everything. I had no clue what the secret could be.
Go ahead and drink, Isaac. We don't want to know your secrets.
I second that one, Dante. How about we all take a drink? You know, to valuing each other's privacy.
Never know to take a sip of a drink. That might have been a wrong question to ask.
Anyway, what happens next? If I'm not mistaken, that's
That
a
gonna
full
be
round.
Oop, wrong one. Achievements runs. Oh yeah, end of this Let's Play. So anyways, please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like. Dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, it's kind of interesting. This is probably one of the few Let's Plays that I do
Really? Only me? No, I'm
that
self-conscious.
people could actually give me tips and tricks from, because I'm doing episode 15, 16, 17 right now, and I just posted episode, 10 or 11? Granted, I've, done these day after another, so yeah. And it's been here, and until next time, let's play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi, Ryukum. So thanks and see ya.